Look, I think much more positive about my players than I talk to you about them. So because it's the only problem what we have is if I follow your path with these praising things, then we create headlines that they don't make sense and that Virch, at the end, if Virch looks back on his career in hopefully, I don't know, he's a centre half, so he can play maybe at 39 or so. There's a lot to come, and if he looks then back, and everybody's saying, or everybody's looking back on his career, everybody can say he was the best centre half in Premier League history. Then he did a lot of good things during his career. He has an outstanding potential. He's a fantastic person. He's physically strong, has all the technical things you need as a centre half, and so many things were already good, and many things he can still improve. So that's the situation, and I don't have to judge him now and compare him with other players in the past, especially for us. He's very important. Most importantly, is he's fit so far and constantly. That helped a lot. It helped him a lot as well, by the way, because he could get rhythm and stay on track and all that stuff. So it's all good. But yeah, that Chris likes him, I can imagine. I like him as well. I really like him as a player, as a person. He's a good boy.
And in terms of players of the future, we saw a number of the young ones coming into the FA Cup match at least. So what do they have to do between now and the future to keep
improve every day? That's how it is. What the boys have to do, it's using their potential. They are in because the potential is fantastic. That's because it's not easy to be. We have a lot of young players and they're all good. We won the indoor tournament in Germany with the U18s, and it was not really U18s, it was the youngest team in the whole tournament. So that just shows there's the next generation is already waiting, and that's good. But it's not easy then to show up and be in that group, be here at Melwood in the dressing room and being around. So, but if you do that, that shows that you did a lot of things right already, and now you have to use the training with these world-class players around you, and stay confident, be humble, stay on the ground, but be showing up and all that stuff. That's what young boys have to do, and we give them the best we have, and give them on top time to develop, and then everything will be fine in the future.
And in terms of your senior players who may or may not have to play out of maybe not a necessarily natural position this weekend, I'm thinking particularly perhaps at defence. How does that work? Do you have to sit down with them and go through videos, or particularly do some training? Do they need to learn new things themselves? If you speak now about Fabinho, if he has to play as a centre half, for example, but he's not sure at the moment. But if then he played it before, it's not that he has to. But of course, we do that rather on training pitch. It's with a lot of information you have, and I have them. Obviously, you can complicate things. And what we want is that the natural understanding of the game, because it's still only football, and if you are a holding six or a centre half, with the ball it's easier. Without the ball it's different, because you don't have a line behind you and all that stuff. So, but that's pretty much the two most important things. Yeah? So you use the one and be prepared for the other, and then everything will be fine. And you have help from players around. It's always like it is. One player usually can't decide a game up front, which happens from time to time. But in defense, you always need the boys around you. And we speak a lot during the week, but we try to make it not more complicated than it is.
Juliet. A couple if I may. How much of a help is it now, Jurgun, for the immediate future? You've basically got more than a week, so without the distractions of the competition in what you want to achieve this season and maybe beyond.
Oh, if you have the full squad together, it's massive. It's really good. It's really good. That's my preferred rhythm, to be honest. It just doesn't work because especially if you play international in each league in the world, then you have a lot of games in between the week, or in midweek if you want. But it's our situation. It's not that we decided to go out of the Carabao Cup ourselves, or decided to go out of the FA Cup ourselves. Thought it's not important. That's not how it is. We got Chelsea here at home, which was probably, how I said before, for Chelsea and us the most difficult game. Was pretty tight, that game. We could have won it.
but we lost it. And now at Wolves, it was the situation, we had to make changes after the most intense month of the year with December, and we couldn't really, because of the intensity of the game. If we would have played, I don't know, and with all respect, a League Two team or whatever, then probably the offensive line could have played, because the intensity is different. And you have the ball most of the time, you can play and all that stuff. Here against Wolves, it was clear they make, with their style of play, they make the pitch unbelievable big. So they play diagonal balls about over 60 meters or stuff like that. And so you have to run. You cannot have the ball all the time. That means you have to understand the expected intensity of the game, and then you have to make a lineup, and that's what we did, with a few injury problems on top, because a lot of players couldn't have played even, and that's the situation. So we lost there. That's all. I would love to be still in these competitions, but we are not in. And so now we have to make the best of the time we have now. That's how it is. But I know, that told me that Pep said already he prefers to be in 4 competitions. Yeah, I would prefer the same, but it's we are not in, so we have to make the best with the time we have now, and yeah, get as many points as possible.
Okay, and just a quick one with Dale. You talked about him being. How long's he out for?
Don't know.
Is it serious or?
Yes, otherwise he could play, but it's not that serious. So it's a muscle thing, obviously, and I would expect him back in after, yeah, maybe after Crystal Palace. I'm not sure. So, but we have to see.
Okay, just round up the broadcasting. Is there any other one? Just another person of mine for the radio.
Jurgen, Brighton at the Amex has been a tricky fixture for a lot of the big teams. So what do you think about the game tomorrow and the job that Chris is doing there?
Oh, Chris is outstanding. It's unbelievable. I don't know exactly when and where he started with Brighton, but is it right that when Chris came there, they were fighting for championship, staying in the championship, right? Yeah. So that says first and foremost all about the improvement of Brighton, what Brighton did under him. That's pretty special. People forget sometimes things like that, and now it's really, apart from the top 6 places, it's just a tough one to go, because the kind of defending they do, and the style of play they have, if they have the ball, makes them special. So, and it's really difficult in this Premier League to have the position they are in with not massive money to invest, and they do it really smart. And have with Duncan Duffy, outstanding centre half pair, and Balogun, I know from Germany, is a fantastic boy to step in if he's needed. Fullbacks, they're always really smart in bringing boys in from wherever, and then midfield. I think Prepper is playing his best season since he's in England. It's really good. It's like now full of confidence. And together with Stevens, anyway, it's a good pairing. And having Gross around them, playing in midfield or a bit higher, that's just then bringing then they are really creative. And Murray or Andone are brilliant strikers. And then you have on the wing, you have March, Knockaert or Locadia, different players, but again, speed and technical ability. So it's just a good team. And usually in goal, the guy, I didn't know him before I came to England, but Mitch Langerick was my goalkeeper, or my second goalkeeper at Dortmund. I always thought, is it possible that Australia have a better goalkeeper than him? Yes, obviously, because he's fantastic on the line. So that's just it's a really good team. So like a bit in the shadow of all the other teams, you think, oh, all right, you could have had this player as well. So doing a brilliant job there. I really like that. But still, we want to go there and want to show that we are a good team as well, and have to make life as difficult as possible for them and try everything to win that game.
Michael. Yeah, again,
Oh, it's just that's why I said why we had to make changes for the Wolves game. So the players we didn't line up in that game were either a little bit injured or played all 9 games in December. So
on plus the City game in the beginning of January. So that's the thing. You played pretty much 10 games in a pretty short period. So bring them then again in that moment is how you saw with Dejan, who played these games as well. Pretty much all of them is a risk. It's a proper risk, and we judge that. It's difficult. We have to try it differently. And that's now the situation. Now we have not a massive squad in the moment in training, so they are not out for long. That's why probably the question will come: what about centre halves, blah blah blah, stuff like that. It's not cool in this moment, but probably in 2 weeks it looks completely different, and I cannot make a decision for today, and then in 2 weeks I created a problem with my decision of today. So that's it. But no, we are fine. We are fine. It's always a season is always like this. Who deals the best with his problems has the most success. So, and we had problems in the past, we deal very well with it, and now we have a few more different problems, and we tend to deal well with that as well. And then let's play football, nothing else really. Be using the quality and especially the potential of the boys in the best way we can. Use them in the right moment. Train on all the things, on all important things like. Different systems. It's possible if you have a normal week, you can train. That's how it is. Hopefully we don't have a lot of normal weeks because we want to stay in the Champions League as long as possible. But we don't know that in this moment. And let's use what we have and make the best of it.